Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Well, we are all still reeling from the news that Senate Bill 5078, the magazine ban, has passed out of the Washington State Legislature, and many of you are left wondering, what does this really mean to you? Now, we've already done a couple of videos on this bill. This is going to be a short one, but we need to kind of get everyone up to speed so we can all understand the good, the bad, and the ugly of Washington's new magazine ban. All right, it's a quick video, so you know the drill. If you like this, click like. If you want to stay up to date on the issues related to this stuff, click subscribe, click the bell logo if you want to be notified when we post new videos. And most importantly, keep the comments and discussions coming. That's how we're making sure we're getting our videos out to more folks like yourself. Okay, engrossed substitute Senate Bill 5078 passed in the wee hours of Friday, March 4th at approximately 11 o'clock at night, just as I predicted. It set a massive amount of panic through the Second Amendment community in Washington State, and I understand why, and for good reason. Okay, what I'm going to do today is break down three very important points that I want you to understand about this new legislation. Okay, before we get into the 3 points I want to make, let us all remember now that a new section is being added to RCW 9.41.010, which is our definitional section. It will define a large capacity magazine as any magazine which holds more than 10 rounds. Okay, so let's start talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this bill. What is the good? Well, candidly, there really is no good, because anytime we're passing legislation here to restrict otherwise lawful and responsible gun owners from the ability to defend themselves, there is nothing good that is coming of that, but I digress. There is one good thing about this bill, and I want us all to pay very careful attention. Now, we've done another video on this, but I want to pay careful attention. The one good thing is the statute actually prohibits the following. No person in this state may manufacture, import, distribute, sell, or offer for sale any large capacity magazine except as authorized in this section. So as you can see, the statute here lists all sorts of prohibited activities as it relates to large capacity magazines. However, the one thing that the statute does not prohibit is possession of large capacity magazines. So the most important question is I have tons of large capacity magazines. They might only be 12 round magazines. I know that's not a large capacity, but under state law, they are now defined as large capacity magazines. You may have 100 of them. You may have 200 of them. That is fine. You may be like, my everyday carry is a Glock 19, and that carries certainly a lot more than 10 rounds. Can I still carry it? Yes, you may. Do you have to plug the magazine? No, you don't, because this law does not prohibit the possession of high-capacity magazines. It does, however, prohibit any manufacture, import, distribution, sale, or offer for sale. And so what the people on the left tried to make very clear during their debates, and again, granted, this is what they say and what they claim during their debates, and we know that oftentimes between that and what they really truly mean are two different things, but this is meant to prohibit the commercial sale of large-capacity magazines. I myself have many magazines that exceed the 10-round capacity. I may or may have not stocked up on many more and may be stocking more up, but all of those will remain in my lawful possession. Okay, now let's talk about the bad. Well, other than the obvious, which again, this is a clear infringement upon our rights to defend ourselves, but what is bad? The bad part really is the enactment date, July 1st of this year. That means we're only a few months out from the enactment of this law. And the problem is really for the individually small business FFLs, those that are individually owned, that's their problem, because the state legislature did not give these retail operations enough time to turn their inventory over or to turn their inventory out. So if you do want to stock up, and I don't blame you if you do, before you get online and start ordering from Gun Mag Warehouse, Sportsman's Warehouse, or any of those places, which, yes, I acknowledge you'll get a pretty good deal on it, please go to your local FFLs, clean them out of whatever they have, because whatever they have as of July 1st, they cannot sell. The big stores, the big box stores, the Bass Pro Shops, the Cabela's of the world, they don't have a problem. They can take those magazines, they can ship them to another state. It's the small individually owned FFLs that we've got to look out for. So if you're going to start hoarding these things, start buying from them. If you don't have a Glock 19, go ahead and buy 4 Glock 19 magazines. You can always get the Glock 19 later, but help these people out. Okay, and then what's the ugliest part of this incredibly ugly piece of legislation? Well, it comes from the use of the word distribute. And I am deeply concerned with what this could mean for law enforcement agencies who want to get very creative with their interpretations. And obviously, even though those who proposed this legislation said that that was not their intent, they left a lot of language that is very disturbing. Now, here's what I'm talking about. As we know under this law, once enacted, there will be a new section of RCW 9.41, which will state, no person in this state may manufacture, import, distribute, sell, or offer for sale any large capacity magazine except as authorized in this section. And so then the question is what exactly does distribute mean? Well, fortunately, the state legislature, in its infinite wisdom, gave us a new definition now to be found in RCW 9.41.010. In fact, the newly amended subsection 37 defines distribute as: distribute means to give out, provide, make available, or deliver a firearm or large capacity magazine to any person in this state with or without consideration whether the distributor is in state or out of state. Distribute includes, but is not limited to, filling orders placed in this state, online or otherwise. Distribute also includes causing a firearm or large capacity magazine to be delivered in this state. And as a lawyer, we are trained that words have meanings. Now, if it means to deliver to another person with or without consideration, what that actually means is just giving it to them with nothing in exchange. Does that mean that when you go to hand your buddy a 15-round magazine, or yeah, go ahead and shoot my Glock 19 here, and it happens to have now a high-capacity magazine, are you engaged in the unlawful act of distributing a high-capacity magazine? So then the problem is what does to deliver or delivery mean? Have we ever defined that in the RCW? Well, yeah, fortunately we have, because if we look in Title 69, which happens to be where all of our narcotic laws are written, we get to find the definition of delivery as follows. Deliver or delivery means the actual or constructive transfer from one person to another of a substance, whether or not there is an agency relationship. Okay, so what it basically means is to transfer control of a substance. And in this case, we would use the term high-capacity magazine instead of a substance. But if we are giving, selling, transferring, loaning, borrowing, whatever, of some other thing, that under the law, Title 6950, where the drug codes are, but that under the law is considered a delivery. And that under the law with a high-capacity magazine would technically be a violation of this law. And that, my friends, is ugly, ugly legislation. So listen, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly of Senate Bill 5078, or what we're now calling Washington's new magazine ban. Listen, you may have more questions about this legislation or any other legislation coming out of Olympia, and if you do, don't ever hesitate to contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or of course you call us directly at 425-765-0487. Now let's remember, part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.